Hi guys, Alex Dacakis O'Brien Real Estate with the 17th edition of the Northwest Weekly Property News for 2021, where real estate information is on the house. If you keep your ear to the ground, you probably heard Bitcoin dropped over $30,000 for one coin over a 15-day period up to the 23rd of May, which was a 40% drop. The drop occurred because Elon Musk, the world's richest man, said he is backing Dogecoin over Bitcoin. Picking stocks on the ASX is a bit of a hit and miss too, although a lot more predictable and sensible than Bitcoin and all cryptocurrency for that matter. Aussies are still risk averse, unlike our friends in the US. Over 50% of Aussies still believe the best place for their money is in the bank, second is stocks at 10.5%, and third is a real estate investment at just 9.3%, according to a Westpac Melbourne Institute report released in March this year. Over 435,000 Aussies bought stocks for the first time in 2020, whereas in the early 2000s, in the dot-com bubble era, 30% of Aussies thought investing in stocks was a good idea. One thing's for sure is the stability of real estate prices in Australia. This graph below from CoreLogic is over a 35-year period of real estate prices from the 1980s until pre-COVID in early 2020. You'll see that the fluctuations on the positive side of the graph is generally no more than 15% apart from the late 1980s real estate bubble when we saw 30% spike, and on the negative side you'll see that prices haven't dropped back much differently either. Moving on to the numbers for the week, Victoria again was the busiest state within Australia for total transactions. Our state saw 910 auctions held with a clearance rate of 85%, with private sale transactions for the week totaling 1,578. Last week we saw another budget released. This time it was the state budget, which unveiled a 12.7% increase in stamp duty for property up to $6.7 billion, with a premium stamp duty introduced for property transactions above $2 million, attracting $110,000 duty plus 6.5% of the dutiable value in excess of $2 million. The budget also unveiled a 15.2% increase in land tax to $4.2 billion. Land tax increased by 0.25% for taxable land holdings between $1.8 million and $3 million, and a 0.3% for taxable land holdings in excess of $3 million. And lastly, last week we reported a 15-month high in consumer confidence, and this week's ANZ Roy Morgan poll now sees that peak at 19-month highs. The rise in confidence can be evidenced with the rise of consumer discretionary shares on the ASX, now the second strongest sector, which is up a massive 105.2%, highest since the March 23, 2020 pandemic low. That's all for this week. I'm Alex Dacakis, and remember, the information provided is of a general nature. You should always seek independent legal, financial, taxation, or other advice in relation to your unique circumstances. Have a great week, and we'll see you soon.